guys, welcome to book club number 3. Today we are talking about Cassandra Clare's City of Ashes. It's the second book in the Mortal Instrument series. Last week we talked about City of Bones. It's cool. So before we start talking about that, I want to, just for you guys who, I don't know if you stalk Twilight like I do, but we got like some exciting news. Like, I went to my fan website, twilightsource.com, and if you don't have a fan website that you check news for Twilight on, I would definitely recommend that one. They're awesome, and they have a podcast called Imprint, and it's really funny and I love it. Go check that out if you want to. Or I could just tell you the big news when we have these little book club things. Stephenie Meyer is publishing a new book. It's a novella, so it's like 195 pages, 200 pages, but who cares? It's by Stephenie Meyer. And it goes The Clips, and it's called Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. See the picture? Stephenie Meyer's book, The Short Second Life novella, her novella, comes out June 7th, 2010, so go pre-order on Amazon. I'll put a link to Twilight Source in the bottom bar. Ugh, don't you hate YouTube's new setup? Okay, anyway, bottom bar, I'll put it, the link, so you can go visit that Twilight website, and also I'll put a link to Amazon so you can pre-order the book if you want to. So, Bree is in Eclipse. I think you probably remember her. She's like 15 or something, and she's one of the newborns, and like they almost let her live, and she's like clawing the ground at the end. Yeah, okay. That's the girl who's playing her in the movie. Oh, and really quick, did you see the new Eclipse stills? How cool are they? The one with the Cullens is my favorite. Okay, City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. It's the second book. That's Clary on the cover. She looks pretty badass there. So this book starts out with Valentine raising a greater demon, and he's Agramon. He's like the greater demon of fear or something. He kills people by scaring them to death. And you want to hear one of my favorite quotes from like the first few seconds of the book? Alec is like mad at Jace, and Jace is like, I said mostly extinct, and Alex jabs a finger toward him. Mostly extinct is not extinct enough. That's a good one, right? So this book is basically about Valentine trying to get hold of all the mortal instruments. The mortal cup, which he got in the first book. The mortal sword. The mirror, nobody actually knows what it is at this point in the book. Clary and Jace are brother and sister. Because of that, she's started to try the whole boyfriend-girlfriend thing with Simon, but I think that's pretty awkward. What did you think about that whole thing? Did you want them to like stay together? We meet this girl named Maya, who had this like abusive boyfriend who was a werewolf, and then she got turned into a werewolf. The first big thing is the Sealy Court when they go to visit the Fairy Queen. Oh, so the Queen tells them that they have these gifts, and like, we don't really know about Clary's gifts or anything, but we know Jace is really good at fighting and stuff. So we're assuming that's his gift. I meet the Inquisitor in this book. I hate her. How much did you hate the Inquisitor? Like the whole time I was like, get away. Or when are you going to die? And she's terrible to Jace. What else happens in this book? Oh, Clary makes the fearless ruin. She discovers in this book that she has this incredible ability to create ruins. Like, she could just close her eyes and it comes to her, like the ruin for like something that there isn't a ruin for yet. And people can't create ruins, only angels supposedly can. And they wrote these books that have all the ruins in it or whatever. Valentine is using this demon of fear to kill people. There's nothing they have up against it, but if they have a fearless ruin, then they won't be afraid of it, and there's nothing it can really do to them. Claire creates this fearless ruin and tries it on Alec, and when his parents come in, he like comes this close to telling them that he's gay. It's a really funny scene. And then there's the kiss in the Sealy Court when Jace and Clary have to kiss in front of Simon and Isabel and Alec before they're even allowed to leave the fairy court, which is pretty intense. We start to get these hints about the Inquisitor. We learned about how her son was killed and all her family died and stuff during the whole uprising thing. We learned about her son Stephen. What do you think about that? Did you have any like thinkings before stuff happened? Basically, the Inquisitor's a biatch. She keeps accusing Jace of these things. Yeah. What did you think of that scene that when Jace is like in the shower? Well, he's not in the shower. He has like a towel wrapped around him, and like he and Clary like kiss, and then Clary's like, we can't do this, it's disgusting. And Jace is like, what? It's disgusting. And then he gets all mad. It's like, fine, if we disgust you, then we're not gonna do anything with you. And it's so sad. I feel so bad for him. It's like, Clary, stop it! You're so annoying. Shut up, Clary, please. You could keep it a secret. Who's gonna know? Like, you have like 2 friends. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot to mention how Simon dies like 50 times in this book. Like, every time we're like, oh, Simon, like, why does all bad things happen to him? I mean, he loves Clary, doesn't like him. Then he dies and has to be turned into a vampire. That whole vampire thing, I didn't get it at first. I was like, why? I don't get why he's like, keeps making these vampire references, and I don't really understand why he went to the vampire place in the first place, but apparently if you get like a little bit of their blood in you, you're drawn to them or something. How much does it suck that those vampires can't go out in the daylight? And he like gets burned at the touch. Twilight vampires just sparkle in the daylight, so it's not that big of a deal, but these vampires like die. Let's talk about the bad things that happen to Simon. So first, Claire doesn't like him. And then he dies and gets turns into a vampire. Then Valentine slits his throat on the boat, and I thought for sure this is the end of Simon. I was like, okay, there's no coming back after this. And then he comes back because Jace feeds him his blood. I was like, Jason, don't do it, don't do it. And then Simon keeps drinking it. I got really nervous there, but it's okay. Everyone's okay. So calm down. He survives after that. And they're on the boat, and Clary does their whole weird ruin thing that makes the boat explode just when Valentine's about to kill her and stuff. And then they're on the Magnus is making the truck like float on the water. How cool is that? And then they're on the way back and the sun is rising and there's nowhere for Simon to hide, and he's about to get burnt to ashes and die again. But luckily something happened and he didn't die. Now he can go out in the sunlight. Yes. So that's basic summary of this book. Oh, the end. Okay, so you get to the end, right? And Clary's gonna tell him that she wants to be with him, even though they're brother and sister. And how angry were you at the end when he's like, it's okay, I'm gonna back off, and he's like acting, and Clary thinks he's like serious, but obviously he's lying just because you were like, this is disgusting. Like, is she seriously that retarded? I was getting pretty angry when that was going on. I was like, Clary, I'm gonna strangle you, and then it just ends. That was pretty annoying. So read it if you haven't read it yet. So, oh my god, let me tell you what I'm obsessed with now. These books, Evermore Mortal series by Alison Noel. Alison Noel. Guess what? I tweeted her and she tweeted me back. I felt so cool. This is a series and it is so good. My roommate's reading the middle one, but there's 3 out right now. The second one is Blue Moon right there. And the 4th one's coming out in June. Yes, June 25th or something like that. But these books are totally awesome. I'm just saying, you know, I've been a little distracted with the other books. But seriously, read this book. It's awesome, amazing. Cassandra Clare, City of Ashes. The next one is City of Glass. That's my favorite book in this series. So, wait, there you go. Oh, I forgot to ask you last time, who do you picture as Valentine? Because, you know that newer James Bond guy? I'll show you, yeah, the newer James Bond guy, I think, like, he seriously looks like Valentine in some pictures and stuff, so I picture him. And someone was thinking, for Luke, the guy, do you watch True Blood? Because that's an awesome show. It's on HBO if you don't watch it, so watch it. What was I going to say? Oh, for Luke, Sam from True Blood looks a lot like how I would picture Luke. Yes. If you have any actors that you think would be those 2 characters, let me know, because it's really interesting to look and see what people think the actors should be when the movies come out. So, next time we're talking about City of Glass. The time after that, we're talking about The Host. And the time after that, probably going to start talking about these series, because they're fresh in my mind, and then I'll go back to all the other ones that I said I was going to talk about eventually. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's XTINEMAY, and if you want to follow the official Twitter for CMR Productions, it's CMR Productions with the Z. Ooh, now we have a MySpace. I don't know if anyone has MySpace anymore, but just in case you do,
myspace.com/productions with a Z and then CMR. Oh, and Olivia is teddybear1193 on Twitter if you want to follow her. And yeah, go check out our videos if you haven't yet. Subscribe if you like these, subscribe if you like music videos, subscribe if you like books. Don't feel pressured, but go check out the videos if you're bored. You're awesome. I'll see you next time in like 2 weeks. I hope everyone had a good Easter. Peace out. And if you don't celebrate Easter, hope you had a good whatever. Passover or nothing, just a good weekend. It was really nice out. Yeah.